Archangel Michael is in tears. He's been trying to warn you for hours. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if this message stopped you right now, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. Take a breath and stay here, because what's happening around you is not random, and the urgency you're feeling isn't fear, it's divine protection trying to reach you before you take one more step in the wrong direction. Listen to this. Archangel Michael, the protector, the guardian of truth and boundaries, has been surrounding you all day, trying to get your attention gently at first, then louder, because you were about to dismiss something your soul already recognized. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you felt something was off, but you told yourself not to overthink it. Listen to this. That heaviness in your chest, that sudden pause in your energy, that moment where your excitement dropped for no clear reason. That wasn't mood, that was discernment activating. Your heart needs this right now because you've been trained to doubt your intuition instead of trusting it. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael does not bring fear, he brings clarity, and clarity often arrives as discomfort when you're standing near misalignment. Listen to this. You've been seeing signs repeatedly today, maybe without realizing how intentional they were. Angel numbers showing up over and over, 11. 11 flashing when you questioned your direction, 222 appearing when you wondered if you should keep going, 44 showing up when you felt emotionally drained but couldn't explain why. These were not coincidences. These were warnings wrapped in reassurance saying, slow down, protect your energy, choose differently. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you were about to override your inner knowing to keep peace, to avoid confrontation, or to avoid feeling alone. Listen to this. Archangel Michael stands for boundaries, and boundaries feel uncomfortable only when you're used to abandoning yourself. Your heart needs this right now because something, or someone, in your life has been asking you to silence your intuition, even subtly. Don't scroll. This is not about dramatic danger, it's about quiet misalignment. The things that drain you slowly are often the things that do the most damage. Listen to this. You've been feeling unusually tired lately, not physically, but spiritually. Conversations leave you exhausted. Decisions feel heavier. Joy feels interrupted. That's not burnout, that's your soul asking for protection. Don't scroll. This message is for you because Archangel Michael has been stepping between you and a situation that would have repeated an old cycle you already survived. Listen to this. This warning also connects deeply to love and soul connections. If there is someone in your life right now who feels familiar but unsettling, intense but inconsistent, exciting but draining, Archangel Michael is asking you to pause. A soulmate connection does not require you to lose sleep, question your worth, or constantly second-guess yourself. Your heart needs this right now because you once learned to confuse intensity with destiny. Don't scroll. Divine love feels safe, grounded, and clear, even when it's deep. Listen to this. If something feels rushed, pressured, or emotionally chaotic, that is not alignment. That is attachment trying to disguise itself as fate. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is emotional not because you are in danger, but because you are so close to choosing clarity, and clarity will change everything. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has sharpened your awareness, which is why things that once felt normal now feel wrong. That's not you being difficult, that's you evolving. Your heart needs this right now because growth always disrupts comfort. Don't scroll. You've been protected today in ways you don't even see: delays, interruptions, strange pauses, sudden changes of mood. All of it was divine intervention. Listen to this. Archangel Michael does not block blessings, he blocks harm disguised as opportunity. Don't scroll. There is a moment coming, very soon, where you will be asked to choose between familiarity and peace, between comfort and truth, between staying quiet and honoring yourself. Your heart needs this right now because this choice determines how the next chapter unfolds. Listen to this. You are not being warned because you failed, you are being warned because you are ready. Don't scroll. This message is only part 1, because once you acknowledge this warning, the protection strengthens, the confusion lifts, and the universe begins confirming that you chose yourself. Stay here. What comes next will explain exactly what Archangel Michael has been trying to show you all along. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you stayed after part 1, this message is even more for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the continuation. Archangel Michael has been pressing into your spirit, not to scare you, but to steady you, because once awareness arrives, protection deepens. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not emotional because you ignored the signs, he is emotional because you finally paused long enough to feel them. You were never meant to live disconnected from your intuition, and yet for a long time you were taught to doubt it, to explain it away, to call it overthinking instead of wisdom. Don't scroll. This message is for you because today, something inside you started waking up fully, and that awakening is what triggered the urgency. Listen to this. When protection moves in, it often feels like discomfort before it feels like relief. That's why today may have felt heavier, slower, or more emotionally charged than usual. Not because something bad was happening, but because something misaligned was being revealed. Your heart needs this right now because revelation always comes before release. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael has been placing invisible barriers between you and something that would have drained you again, a conversation that would have reopened an old wound, a decision that would have cost you peace, or a connection that looked familiar but carried the same imbalance you already outgrew. Listen to this. You were protected even when you didn't ask for it. That's how deep the guardianship runs. Don't scroll. You may have noticed strange interruptions today, plans changing last minute, delays that didn't make sense, moments where you felt suddenly tired or distracted. Those were not inconveniences, those were interventions. Your heart needs this right now because you've been blaming yourself for resistance that was actually divine redirection. Listen to this. Archangel Michael does not remove people or situations to punish you. He removes them to preserve your future self. Don't scroll. This warning also goes deeper into love and soul connections. There is a difference between a soulmate and a soul lesson, and you've lived enough lessons to recognize the pattern now. A soul lesson feels urgent, consuming, emotionally destabilizing. A soulmate feels grounding, clear, and emotionally safe. Listen to this. If someone in your life feels like they pull you away from yourself instead of closer to yourself, Archangel Michael is asking you to stop calling that destiny. Your heart needs this right now because divine love never asks you to abandon your boundaries. Don't scroll. You are not being asked to confront aggressively or cut people off dramatically. You are being asked to choose clarity internally first. Protection begins with honesty. Honesty about what drains you, what confuses you, and what no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has reached a point where your body reacts faster than your mind. Tightness in your chest, sudden exhaustion, loss of excitement, these are signals, not weakness. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you were about to override those signals again out of habit. Archangel Michael is reminding you that peace is your compass now, not chemistry, not nostalgia, not fear of being alone. Your heart needs this right now because peace is the language of alignment. Don't scroll. You've also been seeing angel numbers intensify around moments of doubt. 1111 when you thought about your future and felt unsure. 222 when you questioned whether to keep investing energy where it wasn't returned. 444 when you felt drained but still pushed yourself to stay. These numbers weren't encouraging you to endure, they were encouraging you to protect. Listen to this. Protection doesn't always look like strength, sometimes it looks like stepping back. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is also preparing you for something better, and that's why the warning matters. You cannot receive aligned love, aligned purpose, or aligned peace while holding on to misalignment out of fear. Something new cannot land in hands that are still gripping the past. Your heart needs this right now because you've been afraid that letting go means losing everything. Listen to this. Letting go is how you make room. Don't scroll. You are not losing a blessing, you are being spared a burden. And that distinction changes how you move forward. Listen to this. Once you honor this warning, you will feel a shift, subtle but unmistakable. The heaviness will lift. Your clarity will sharpen. Your energy will return. That's how you'll know the protection locked in. Don't scroll. This is not the end of the message, because Archangel Michael does not leave you in uncertainty. He clears the path once you choose awareness. Stay present after this. What comes next will reveal exactly what you are being protected for, not just from. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 3, this message is undeniably for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the moment Archangel Michael has been waiting for, the moment where awareness turns into choice, and choice turns into protection that finally settles into your spirit instead of hovering around it. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not standing in urgency because something terrible is about to happen, he is standing in urgency because something powerful is about to change, and change requires clarity before commitment. You've been standing at the edge of a decision without realizing how important it truly is, telling yourself it's small, manageable, something you can deal with later. Don't scroll. This message is for you because later would have cost you peace. Listen to this. You've been feeling pulled in two directions lately, one that feels familiar, comfortable, emotionally charged, and another that feels quieter, steadier, but uncertain. That tension you feel is not confusion, it's discernment. Your heart needs this right now because you've been taught to follow what feels intense instead of what feels aligned. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is reminding you that intensity is not the same as truth, and familiarity is not the same as destiny. Listen to this. Your spiritual awakening has reached a point where your soul recognizes patterns instantly, even when your mind tries to justify them. That's why certain words hit you harder now. That's why certain behaviors drain you faster. That's why certain connections feel heavier instead of exciting. This isn't you becoming cold, this is you becoming clear. Don't scroll. This message is for you because clarity often arrives disguised as discomfort. Listen to this. You've been receiving layered signs all day, not just angel numbers, but emotional nudges, physical reactions, sudden loss of motivation, unexpected pauses. Angel numbers showed up to underline the message. 1111 reminding you that alignment requires honesty. 2. 22 appearing when you questioned whether balance was possible in this situation. 44 surrounding you when you felt tired but kept pushing anyway. These were not encouragements to endure, they were reminders to protect. Your heart needs this right now because endurance is not the assignment anymore. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is asking you to stop proving how strong you are by tolerating what weakens you. Strength now looks like discernment. Listen to this. There is someone or something in your life that benefits from your silence, your patience, your over-understanding. And while you've called it love, loyalty, or responsibility, Archangel Michael calls it misalignment. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been shrinking your truth to keep peace, and peace that requires self-betrayal is not peace at all. Listen to this. This does not mean confrontation or drama is required. Protection does not always roar. Sometimes it whispers, step back. Sometimes it says, not this. Sometimes it simply removes your excitement so you won't mistake attachment for alignment. Your heart needs this right now because you've been forcing yourself to feel something your spirit already released. Don't scroll. This warning is deeply connected to love and soul connections. A true soulmate does not trigger survival instincts. A true soulmate does not make you question your worth, your intuition, or your boundaries. A true soulmate feels like relief, not anxiety. Listen to this. If someone feels like they awaken your old wounds more than your growth, that is not destiny, that is a lesson repeating because it hasn't been closed yet. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is not asking you to reject love, he is asking you to choose love that protects your nervous system instead of activating it. Your heart needs this right now because you once believed love had to be earned through emotional labor. Listen to this. Love aligned with your destiny arrives with clarity, not confusion. Don't scroll. You may notice now that your tolerance for certain things has disappeared almost overnight. That's not impatience, that's evolution. When your soul outgrows a frequency, your body will reject it before your mind understands why. Listen to this. You are not being dramatic. You are not being difficult. You are being guided. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael has been stepping in front of you repeatedly today because you were about to compromise yourself out of habit, not desire. Habit keeps us comfortable, destiny keeps us honest. Your heart needs this right now because honesty feels risky when you're used to survival. Don't scroll. This part matters because once you acknowledge the warning fully, you will feel a shift, not loud, not explosive, but grounding. The fog lifts. The pull weakens. The clarity strengthens. And you'll realize the tears were not sorrow, they were relief. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is emotional because he knows what you're being protected for, and it is bigger than what you're being protected from. Don't scroll. There is something ahead of you that requires your full energy, your clear heart, your unclouded intuition. A connection that meets you in safety. A path that doesn't drain you. A purpose that doesn't require you to sacrifice yourself to walk it. Your heart needs this right now because you've been preparing for it without realizing. Don't scroll. This is not the end of the message. This is the turning point. Stay present. What comes next will show you exactly how to step into protection instead of just sensing it, and once you do, nothing that is not aligned will be able to reach you again. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 4, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the part where Archangel Michael's warning becomes clarity, where fear dissolves into understanding, and where protection turns into empowerment. Listen to this. What you felt earlier wasn't panic, it wasn't anxiety, it wasn't weakness, it was your spirit recognizing a fork in the road. You were standing closer to a decision than you realized, and heaven stepped in before you could default to the old path out of habit. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you have a history of being strong in silence, of enduring what you should have walked away from, of calling patience what was really self-abandonment. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not here to accuse you, he's here to remind you who you are becoming. Your heart needs this right now because you are no longer meant to negotiate with your intuition. Don't scroll. The reason the warning felt emotional is because this wasn't about danger, it was about destiny. You were about to give time, energy, or access to something that no longer has permission to touch your future. And when destiny is close, protection intensifies. Listen to this. You've grown beyond the frequency that once defined your relationships, your choices, and your patterns, and that growth automatically disqualifies what used to feel normal. That's why things suddenly feel heavy. That's why excitement faded. That's why your body resisted even when your mind tried to justify. Your heart needs this right now because growth often feels like grief before it feels like freedom. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that you are not losing anything valuable, you are being released from something familiar. And familiarity is not fate. Listen to this. Fate meets you with peace, not pressure. It steadies your breath instead of shortening it. It brings clarity instead of confusion. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you were about to mistake emotional intensity for divine connection again, and you have already paid that price once. Listen to this. True soul alignment does not require emotional chaos, constant reassurance, or sacrificing your boundaries to be chosen. A soulmate-level connection will not compete with your peace, it will protect it. Your heart needs this right now because love that drains you is not love meant to stay. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael has been standing guard around your heart because something better is aligning, something that requires you to be clear, not conflicted. You cannot walk into aligned love, purpose, or peace while holding on to confusion out of fear of letting go. Listen to this. Letting go is not rejection, it's recognition. Don't scroll. The signs you've been seeing have been escalating because the choice is close. Angel numbers appeared not to pressure you, but to ground you. 1111 showing up when you questioned if you were imagining things, reminding you that alignment always feels quieter than attachment. 22 appearing when you wondered if balance was possible, telling you balance exists, but not here. For 44 showing up when you felt tired but kept pushing, reminding you that protection does not require endurance anymore. Your heart needs this right now because you've mistaken persistence for loyalty before. Don't scroll. Loyalty to your soul matters more than loyalty to familiarity. Listen to this. This warning is also connected to your spiritual awakening. You are no longer asleep to patterns. You see energy now. You feel truth before it's spoken. You sense intention beneath words. That's why pretending not to notice hurts more than addressing it. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you've been minimizing your discernment to avoid change, and change is exactly what's being invited. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is not asking you to confront anyone today. He is asking you to confront honesty within yourself. To admit what no longer feels right. To acknowledge what drains you. To stop forcing alignment where it doesn't exist. Your heart needs this right now because honesty is the doorway to protection. Don't scroll. Once you choose honesty, even internally, something shifts. The heaviness lifts. The emotional pull weakens. The fog clears. That's not coincidence, that's protection activating fully. Listen to this. You may already feel it happening as you hear these words. That soft sense of relief beneath the intensity. That's how you know this message is real. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael's tears were not sorrow, they were urgency mixed with love, because he knows what waits for you once you stop negotiating with misalignment. Something calmer. Something clearer. Something that does not cost you yourself. Your heart needs this right now because you've spent too long believing that struggle equals meaning. Listen to this. Meaning does not come from suffering, it comes from alignment. Don't scroll. There is a future moment approaching where you will look back on today and realize this was the point everything changed. Not because something dramatic happened, but because you chose yourself quietly. That quiet choice rearranges timelines. Don't scroll. This is not the final part, but it is the moment where protection becomes permission, permission to move forward without guilt, without fear, without explaining yourself. Stay present. What comes next will show you exactly how to step fully into the protection Archangel Michael has been holding around you all along. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you are still here at part 5, this message is for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the part where Archangel Michael's warning turns into reassurance, where urgency softens into guidance, and where fear is replaced with deep, steady knowing. Listen to this. You've been standing in a space between who you were and who you are becoming, and that space can feel unsettling, like the ground isn't fully solid yet. Don't scroll. That discomfort is not danger, it's transition. Archangel Michael has been guarding you here because transitions are sacred, and sacred moments deserve protection. Your heart needs this right now because you've been questioning whether you're making the right choices, whether you're listening correctly, whether you should trust what you feel even when it disrupts what's familiar. Listen to this. The reason the warning felt emotional is because you were about to betray your own growth to keep something comfortable. Growth asks you to choose alignment over attachment, truth over familiarity, peace over patterns you've already outgrown. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is not asking you to abandon anything abruptly, he's asking you to stop giving energy to what no longer feeds your spirit. Listen to this. You've been emotionally loyal to situations, people, or hopes that once mattered deeply, but loyalty without alignment becomes self-sacrifice. Your heart needs this right now because you've confused patience with endurance before, and endurance is no longer required. Don't scroll. This season is not asking you to prove how much you can handle, it's asking you to recognize what you no longer need to carry. Listen to this. The spiritual awakening you've been experiencing is not about seeing more signs, it's about responding differently to them. You no longer ignore discomfort. You no longer rationalize red flags. You no longer silence the voice inside that says, "This doesn't feel right." That voice is wisdom now, not fear. Don't scroll. The angel numbers you've been seeing, 1111, 222, 444, are not asking you to wait harder or endure longer. They are reminding you that you are supported as you choose clarity. 1111 is alignment calling you forward. 222 is balance asking you to stop overextending. 444 is protection telling you that you don't need to fight this alone. Your heart needs this right now because you've been carrying responsibility that was never yours to hold. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael wants you to understand that protection doesn't always look like a wall, sometimes it looks like a gentle nudge away from something you were emotionally attached to. And letting go doesn't mean loss, it means release. Listen to this. Release is what frees your energy to meet what's meant for you next. Don't scroll. This is deeply connected to love and soul connections. You are not losing a soulmate, you are being protected from mistaking a lesson for a lifetime. A true soulmate does not drain your spirit, confuse your intuition, or require you to constantly explain yourself. A true soulmate feels like clarity, calm, and mutual effort. Your heart needs this right now because you deserve love that feels like safety, not survival. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael is standing between you and repetition. He is asking you to trust that what feels like loss now is actually space being created for something aligned with the healed version of you. Listen to this. You've already done the work. You've already learned the lesson. You don't need to repeat it to prove you understand it. Don't scroll. There may still be moments where doubt tries to pull you back, moments where nostalgia makes misalignment look softer than it really was. When that happens, pause. Breathe. Remember how your body felt when you ignored your intuition. Remember how peace felt when you honored it. Your heart needs this right now because memory can be deceptive, but intuition is honest. Don't scroll. This part of the message exists because you're ready to move forward without guilt. You don't owe anyone access to your future just because they were part of your past. Listen to this. You don't need to explain your growth to be valid. You don't need permission to choose peace. Archangel Michael is not crying out of fear, he is relieved because you're finally listening. Don't scroll. Once you choose alignment fully, you will notice a shift almost immediately. Your energy will stabilize. Your emotions will feel clearer. Your sense of direction will sharpen. That's how you'll know the protection has fully settled. Listen to this. The universe responds quickly to self-honoring decisions. Doors will close quietly. New pathways will feel lighter. Opportunities will arrive without pressure. And connections will feel mutual instead of draining. Your heart needs this right now because this is what alignment feels like. Don't scroll. This message is not asking you to act impulsively, it's asking you to trust what you already know. Trust that if something requires you to silence your intuition, it is not meant to stay. Trust that if something drains your peace, it does not deserve your future. Trust that protection doesn't come to limit you, it comes to free you. Listen to this. You are not being warned because you are weak. You are being warned because you are powerful enough to choose differently now. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael stands with his sword lowered now, not raised, because the danger has passed the moment awareness arrived. And awareness is your greatest protection. Stay present after this. What comes next will not require struggle, it will require trust. And trust is something you finally know how to give without losing yourself. Don't scroll, listen to this, because if you have stayed all the way to this final ending, this message is absolutely for you, and your heart needs this right now. This is the moment Archangel Michael wanted you to reach, not in fear, not in panic, but in understanding, because everything you felt today was never meant to overwhelm you. It was meant to wake you up gently before you crossed a line your soul was not meant to cross again. Listen to this. Archangel Michael is no longer standing in warning, he is standing in protection fulfilled. The tears you sensed were not sorrow, they were relief. Relief because you finally paused. Relief because you listened. Relief because awareness arrived before damage ever could. Don't scroll. This message is for you because you were closer than you realized to repeating a cycle that once cost you peace, confidence, and parts of yourself you worked hard to rebuild. And heaven stepped in not to scare you, but to save you time, energy, and heartbreak. Listen to this. God never sends warnings to punish, he sends them to preserve. And what is being preserved right now is your future self, the version of you who no longer survives, but lives with clarity, calm, and self-respect. Your heart needs this right now because you've spent years proving your strength through endurance, when strength now looks like discernment. Don't scroll. You didn't imagine the heaviness, the sudden hesitation, the loss of excitement. Those were not mood swings, they were messages. Messages saying, this no longer belongs with who you are becoming. And that realization, as uncomfortable as it felt, just saved you from emotional debt you don't owe anymore. Listen to this. Archangel Michael doesn't block blessings, he blocks attachments disguised as destiny. He blocks comfort that costs growth. He blocks familiarity that would have delayed alignment. And today, he blocked something quietly, without drama, because you were finally ready to choose yourself without guilt. Don't scroll. This message is for you because choosing yourself used to feel selfish, and now it feels necessary. That shift is everything. Listen to this. The signs you've been seeing, the angel numbers, the interruptions, the emotional pauses, they were all breadcrumbs leading you here. 11. 11 wasn't asking you to wish, it was asking you to align. 222 wasn't telling you to wait longer, it was telling you balance does not live where you were headed. 444 wasn't warning you to be strong, it was reminding you that protection was already around you. Your heart needs this right now because you've been used to fighting for everything, and this time, protection fought for you. Don't scroll. This ending matters because it closes a loop. The lesson you once had to learn through pain, you just learned through awareness. And awareness is the higher path. You are no longer required to experience heartbreak to gain wisdom. You are no longer required to lose yourself to understand your worth. You are no longer required to endure confusion to recognize clarity. Listen to this. That chapter is complete. Don't scroll. This is also where love shifts for you. The soulmate-level connection aligned with your future will not enter through chaos, intensity, or emotional urgency. It will enter through calm recognition, mutual effort, and emotional safety. And now that you honored the warning, you made space for that. Your heart needs this right now because you were afraid that choosing peace meant choosing loneliness. It doesn't. It means choosing alignment. Don't scroll. Archangel Michael's presence now feels steady instead of urgent because the threat has passed, the threat of you abandoning your intuition to keep something familiar. You didn't do it this time. And that choice just rewrote your timeline. Listen to this. Quiet choices create the biggest shifts. No announcement. No confrontation. Just alignment locking into place. Don't scroll. You may notice after this that your body feels lighter, your thoughts feel clearer, your emotions feel less reactive. That's not coincidence, that's protection settling. You may also notice certain connections fade naturally, certain urges disappear, certain doors close without resistance. That's not loss, that's precision. Your heart needs this right now because clarity feels strange when you're used to confusion. Don't scroll. There is something ahead of you now that could only arrive once this warning was honored, a calmer love, a clearer path, a deeper trust in yourself. And when it comes, it won't announce itself loudly. It will feel obvious. Safe. Right. Listen to this. That's how you'll know this moment mattered. Don't scroll. This is the part most people leave before, but you stayed, and staying changed the outcome. Archangel Michael is no longer trying to get your attention, he's standing behind you now, guarding what comes next. You are protected. You are guided. You are aligned. And you don't need to fear missing out on anything meant for you. What's meant for you will never require you to betray yourself. Remember this moment. Remember how it felt to finally listen. Because this is where the cycle ended, and the next chapter began, quietly, powerfully, and exactly on time.